Okay, I'll get started. Let me share my screen here. And I'm just going to go over, fortunately, all the changes are just to the main MLS page. So regular stuff like matrix and transaction desk are all the same. You know, the logo might look different, but that's about it. But first thing, since we're on the public page, they have a new feature here, which may require you guys updating your information, if depending on mainly on your what your photo looks like. So under about NWMLS, on the public page, anyone now can search for a broker. So I'll just pick Lee, you're first on the list here, so I'll put your name in. Okay, and your picture shows up good. But yeah, anyone in the public can see this. But because they're doing the round picture now, and in like stuff for Matrix, it's going to be a square picture. For some people, it may not come out right. Let me search by office and see. So we just pull up everyone. You can see some people, their face is cut off. So make sure you log in, or you're not log in, but go to the broker search on the public site and take a look and see what your picture looks like. Then once we get logged in, I'll show you where to update that. It seems like most people's came out okay, but there's a few where their face is cut off because it's pretty close up. But yeah, Lisa's fine. I can see Krim's was fine. Not where that went. But double check that, and then people, you know, your client stuff can contact you from here. It'll have your phone number if it's, or sorry, that's for their phone number. But they can send you an email straight from the MLS. So kind of similar to like on our company website, where people can just pull up your name and send you a message straight through the website. So, okay, so for the login, it'll be up at the top in one of these tabs. And hopefully they'll change it. They went a little overboard on doing new tabs. So when you log in, it's going to open up a new tab. When you go to Matrix, it'll open up a new tab. So just be aware of that. The other thing is it does seem to save your login a lot longer now. Whereas before, if you close the window, you were logged out. If you went back, you had to log back in. Now, if you close the window and then come back half an hour later and click login, it'll go straight to your page. So if you're using the computers in the office, you're going to want to make sure you go up here and log out like you would on most sites, if you don't already do that. But with the old system, it would log you out as soon as you close the window most of the time. And then up here, you've got both here, my NWMLS, and it's down here. You can click on that, and then my account, and then about me. And this is where you'll upload your photo. And you can also update your phone number, your email address, and so forth. And when you do the photo, I'll upload mine since I don't have one. You are going to have to crop it. Where did I put that? Yeah, downloads. So it'll show you a preview. So the left side is what it will look like in Matrix, and like if you send an email via Matrix. The corporate view is what the public will see. So you can go in here and zoom in, You can drag it around. So go ahead and move it around to how it looks good, and then hit crop and save.
Have you learned anything from that?
I'm going to. It's a live webinar.
And
I'm watching.
And always double check. I just noticed apparently they don't have the auto rotate function right. This picture was taken with a cell phone. You'll notice it's sideways. Let me see if I can fix that. Sometimes if you log in or open up the picture in just the regular picture viewer, you can rotate the picture and rotate it back. That will sometimes fix it. Let me see if it worked on here. No. Okay. Well, this is the second bug that I found in their system already. So I'm going to delete that for now since it's sideways. But if you do have that happen to you, you can just email the picture to me and I can go in to open it up in Photoshop and just rotate it correctly, resave it, and then email it back to you until they get that figured out. And clicking on the logo, oops. On this one, it takes you back to there. You have to hit number site to go back to the main one. Now, one thing that threw me off, especially once you leave this main login page, a lot of these links up top are links to information about the subject, not the actual thing. As an example, if you click on Express Forms, it's just giving you information about how it works. So if you actually want to go to Express Forms, you do need to click the buttons down here. So it's pretty much the same. The one big change is you can now search for a form and search for keywords. So for example, let's say, unfortunately, you need a rescission, but you don't remember what the form is. You can just type in rescission and it'll find the form for you. So this, even though most of the time you want to be using Transaction Desk, I do find the Express Forms, if you don't know what the form number is, or you want to look at a form to see if it's appropriate for what you need to do, Express Forms is much quicker to get to. So that's what I usually use. Like the big one I can never remember the form number for is when the seller is renting after closing. Or oops, let me do rental.
Well, I can keep it with my.
So if I just search for rental, it pulls up all the ones, and it's 65B, rental agreement after closing. So this is a handy page just for searching for forms to see if there's something specific what you need, when it's not a standard form that you'd be using. So now if we go back, the main stuff you're going to be using, which is right at top, is Matrix and Transaction Desk, which it pops up in a new tab again. So we'll end up with multiple tabs open for the MLS now, unfortunately. But once you get in here, you can see other than the logo and the color is a little different, it's all the same. So you don't have to learn anything new for that, unfortunately. Now, if you do have the MLS logo, like in your email signature or on your website, If you go into the logos on NW Champions secure site, I do have a PNG image of that saved. They've actually switched to using a new format that works much better for like mobile and computers. However, it's not supported for like, adding to your email or uploading to a website, most websites. So if you do need that, log into our
Oh, you
website.
know, you don't have all your books.
Get it.
I had a question.
And if you need a special size, I can redo a special size for you, but it's I got a little bit bigger than that. It's easier to read. Now, one thing you may have noticed is missing is the area number maps. So like if you got a listing and it's never been listed before, so you don't know what area it's in, they used to have a link just on the right to search for the maps. But now for that, you need to click on the search. So you'll just click on the eyeglass and then you can type in area map. That should bring it right up. So you got area maps and codes. And this is, you'll select the county. So let's do Snohomish. And then it's got all the same PDF maps like it used to have before. And then you do also have a list of communities for each area now, which can be a little handy if you don't have an old listing to look up what that is. And then there's also the same one, you have the school districts now where you can search what the school districts are and what schools are within the school district. So we'll pick, let's just do Arlington. And let's see, we need elementary school. Right. Okay, there we go. There's still a few little glitches in there since it just released yesterday. Or actually, I guess it's Tuesday. I was busy yesterday, or Tuesday moving Makoto. And then one other new thing they have, go back here, under products and services, they have photographers. So we click on that. This is a list of all photographers that have already been filled out the paperwork for doing listing photos. And you can actually click on these little arrows and sort by city to find. So if you need a photographer in Issaquah, there's a couple here. You can just scroll down and look through the cities and find what's closest to your listing. We also do, if you log into NW Champions, we have our vendor list, which is an Excel file you can download. And we do have a few photographers we use, but they're mainly like King, Snohomish County area, a little bit further out. So if you need someone, that isn't in servicing the area from our list, you can use this. It's got phone numbers and email addresses. Okay. So that covers, the main things that, you'll use on a fairly regular basis. Oh, actually, one thing is a little easier to get to is the statistics, which I know a couple of you like to go check that. It used to be you had to kind of dig through the menus to even find the statistics for how many homes sold last month in certain county and numbers of pendings and so forth. You can also, through the same link, pull up the news announcements from the MLS through here. And that once you click on that, you can go to specifically for alerts, announcements. And then the training, if you ever need to do any of the MLS classes, that's a little bit easier to get to. You just go to training and then you can go straight to the education portal rather than having to dig through a bunch of links like you used to do. So that covers, all the main changes. Like I said, the biggest thing is make sure your pictures, looks good on there. Just so if your clients do try to find you through the MLS, it's going to look good. And make sure it's got the correct phone number on it as well. So did anyone have any questions? And then make sure if you have a question, I muted anyone who wasn't muted. So make sure you unmute yourself. So, okay. I guess if no one has any questions, we'll call that into the meeting. And if you have any questions about anything else as well, go ahead, feel free to speak up. Okay. Okay, well, thanks everyone for coming and have a good day.